Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm back with another video. Hope you're all well. We have just been, as you will have seen, to the tile shed. We were trying to return some primer and adhesive, was it, Katie?
No, it was the adhesive they used and one bag of grout.
The grout, yeah. And they took back
the grout,
which was the wrong colour, which you will remember from the video, and they didn't take back the adhesive because there was damage to the bag, but that was how we actually received the bag. So it's like, he said, oh, I can't take that back, sorry, there's damage to the bag, and I was like, well, that's how we got it, so what are we supposed to do? So yeah, they didn't take that back. They took back the other bag, as I say, which was a bit of a nightmare. Like, just to be honest with these, it seems like it's just there's just every stage there's been something sort of go wrong, hasn't there, Katie? It's like, not like necessarily go wrong, but
no,
like just
little things,
really. Things where you're like, oh, forget, like such, like, what are we meant to do with that bag when that's the way we've got it? He was like, and he said like, oh, that'll just go in the skip, if I'm honest with you, mate. So I was like, well, I'm still taking it back because I feel like if we left it with them, I feel like they would have just gone on to sell it. So
yeah, and then we wouldn't have got our money back,
and they would have made a profit. So we took it back. We have got one of the builders that was there was actually interested in buying it anyway. So like I say, if he wasn't too bothered about the condition that it was in, I don't really understand why these guys were too bothered about it. But if that's the way that they've got to go, then that's the way that they've got to go about it. But yeah, just on the way back home now. We've got a few little chores and stuff to do, so I'll pick these back up when we're at home. This is why you always get low fat cheese. 170 grams of normal cheese, 600 calories. Wounded. Everyone, so quite a bit of time has passed. Our niece and Katie's parents have been over for a few hours. While they were over, excuse me, I did manage to get the grass cut a bit. It does still look, obviously, probably think it does look still a bit long, but with the edges basically dead, we've put some grass feeder down. So I didn't want to like completely like butcher the grass and do it too short like we have sometimes. I kind of like it when it still looks quite thick and quite green as well. It just makes it sort of look alive still, like I say, around the edges, and on the other little patch that we've got, it just all looks dead. So I'll hopefully by the end of next week that'll all be sort of looking alive again now. So yeah, I'm gonna go to the gym, come back. I think Katie's gonna prep my dinner, so I'll show you that when I get back. We'll prep tea, and then I'm also gonna go through how much the first phase of the garden cost. Another thing we have been doing is prepping for phase 2 of the garden, so I'll not show you any of that. But yeah, we'll go through the costs of everything. This video will go out on Wednesday, and the IKEA vlog that I edited all last night, that's gonna go out tomorrow on the Monday. So yeah, good week already scheduled ahead. Any comments about anything, any questions, just get them in the comment section down below. But yeah, I'm off to the gym, so I'll catch you in a sec.
Hi guys, just thought I would jump on really quickly. Liam is at the gym, and I have been, oh, there's the last of the dinner prep done. I have been prepping our dinners for the next couple of days. So Liam's chickens are in there. I've got his sort of little pasta and veg bit there. I have my pastas there. Got my little bit of granola to go with one of the yogurts, and then I've got Liam's yogurt and frozen berries and protein. I forgot what that was there. But yeah, so that's all prepped and ready to go. So that's us done till Tuesday. I'm gonna get that all cut up now and put that in for him. Probably start the tea prep, because that should be got pretty much everything ready for that. So that's sorted. And I'll probably take myself up for a bath, and then in a complete contrast, I'll then get my flannel out of the freezer as a little ice pack for my face. I am currently suffering quite badly with my wisdom tooth at the back. So if you guys have any remedies or anything, you know, like any home remedies that you know of that can help me, that would be great, as they are a nightmare. And it's very close, this one here, it's very close to my nerve here. So I've been suffering for a few years now, and they can't take it out because it is so close to my nerve that if they take it out, the what they would use could knock it and my whole side of my face would droop. So I unfortunately have to just grin and bear it until it's through. It's nearly there. It's took about 4 years for all of them now, but it's almost there. But yeah, if anybody has any remedies, that would be great, as I am currently suffering quite a bit. I normally do ibuprofen and Bonjela, and that normally works, but it's just not touching the sides this time. So I put something on the house account, Kale Forever Home, just to see if anybody had any ideas, and I did get a recommendation. I'll flip it around because it might be easier to read. But one of the accounts, if it wants to focus, is that gonna focus? There we go. Yeah, so one of the accounts did recommend Solpadeine soluble tablets to me, which are not very nice at all, but they do seem to take the edge off. And I have had a lot of recommendations for clove oil, which I've never heard of, but clove oil, a lot of people on the account as well have been saying that that is really good, and again, just sort of takes the edge off, but because it's like an oil, you can still use medications. So I'm going to give that a go. But yeah, if anybody has any other recommendations, if you could leave them in the comment section down below, that would be a great help. But yeah, I'm going to get this chicken out, go in the bath, and Liam will probably pick you up when he's back from the gym.
I'm back from the gym. Katie, the little legend, filmed the prep for tea. She has now got the meatballs on. I'm like spaghetti meatballs, aren't we? So they're just simmering away there. Yeah, and pasta, because we thought there was enough spaghetti. Turns out there wasn't. Rookie error on our part, but yeah. So what prep did you film? I've just realised.
I just filmed after the prep.
Oh, filmed after, so you would have seen the food prep. So yeah, I'll probably just record Katie doing the the sauce and stuff, or I might not. I'm not too sure. But yeah, they're just frying away nicely. Also went to McDonald's after the gym because Kate's been craving a strawberry milkshake, and I picked up a chicken grilled wrap and a side salad. I mean, who is this guy? I would normally get like 20 nuggets and a Big Mac, but yeah, it was just like there. I wasn't actually planning on getting anything, but Katie had been in the bath and I was like, tea might be a while away, and I was absolutely starving. Like I say, right now it's 7:25. Still got a lot to do tonight. I was pretty happy as well, because when I left for the gym it started to absolutely chuck down. So that'll do the grass the world of good. It's getting, looks green, just them edges there. But yeah, like I say, I'm hoping to sort of get back out next week and cut it a bit shorter, should the next bits grow through. But yeah, I need to get the video up for tomorrow night. I need to just get all that up, do the thumbnail and all that good stuff. And yeah, I mean, pretty chilled night. Then I'm going to just talk through the expenses of the first part. I might try and wait, because I do want to get some drone shots of everything again for that video, so I might wait and do that tomorrow, I'm not sure. But yeah, hope you're well, and I'll catch you in a sec. Right, and everyone, tea is done. Katie was like, it's not very picturesque, but sometimes the best teas aren't. So I'm going to tuck into this, and I'll catch you in a second. Everyone, it is now Tuesday, so a few days later. I was waiting to get some drone shots, and then I remembered that I actually already had some. So I'm gonna obviously still go in this video anyways, just in case you're late or change of clothes and stuff like that. But yeah, just thought I'd like run you through the costs like I said I was gonna, and that's obviously gonna be the title of this video. So yeah, we'll start with the first thing that got done, which was the outside tap, which was £70. The quality of the outside tap that we got was absolutely brilliant, and £70 was a little bit more than we thought. I think we sort of thought it was going to be about 50, but £20 over we weren't too bothered about, especially because one, the builder said that they needed one. Well, it's not that they needed one, it would just be a way more beneficial for them to have like water access outside opposed to having to traipse through the house. and get it that way. And as well, like, it'll come in handy for when we need to water the grass, etc, etc, and it's always just handy to have one, especially for the slabs as well, to wash them down. But yeah, moving on to sort of the slabs and slash flags themselves. I noticed that a lot of the tradespeople call them flags. We call them slabs. Some people are calling them tiles, like the main event. We obviously had to pay for them. The reason being is these were our second choice. The first choices was very similar, but like, we thought it would be a lot easier paying for it like buying them ourselves and buying the ones that we want, opposed to going through the tradespeople. Like, the first people that came were trying to get us to go through them and their slabs, get like the slabs that they would recommend and stuff like that. But I always feel like with that, and I'm not having a dig, but you know, like, for example, we paid £1,400 for the slabs, the grout and the adhesive. The grout was obviously wrong, so then we did take that back. I think we got like £18 back for a package, which you will have seen in this video. Yeah, we paid £1,400 for our slabs, and then the grout and the adhesive and all that good stuff that they needed. But like I say, if you were to go through the tradespeople, like, you sort of feel like it might be 1,400, but they might charge you sort of 1,600, something like that. That's how these companies sort of make their good profits and stuff. So I'm not like slandering them, and they might not even do that, but we were just like, we were happy with the price that we got, and especially for these tiles, because the second choice tiles were actually a lot more, well, not a lot, I think, well, a few £100 more expensive, just as the focus goes. Yeah, they were actually a couple £100 more expensive. Sorry about that, the focus did just go. So we did save a bit of money there, because we did sort of say to them, look, well, the original tiles haven't come on time, we're not paying any extra for the new tiles. So yeah, like, they were £1,400, so that's £1,470. My maths might go totally off throughout this video. And then the labour, which also included the sleepers, the stones around the edges, and the new grout, was £3,300. So like I said, it seems like a lot, but the sleepers, which they were fantastic with, because the sleepers did actually double in price. They were £20 when they quoted us, and they actually went up to £40 by the time they got around to doing the job. Obviously, they gave us the quote in February or March, I believe it was February, like the back end. So what, like 5 months later, to still honour that price, even though they'd gone up to £40 per sleeper, we were chuffed with. And then yeah, obviously the labour, the stones around the edges, and obviously the new grout as well, which I think they didn't even end up charging us that much for, like, extra, which was great. But it was obviously the grout that we wanted the most. We went with the black. The original grout that we got given, we got told it was like their version of black. But like, when I think of black, I think of like the matte black that's on the wall, or the black that is even out there. And it was like almost just like a charcoaly grey colour, which we just like, well, like, nah, we don't want that. It would pop too much, and I think that would almost become the focus over the tiles, and we just didn't want that. So yeah, that was £3,300. Then obviously all the work that they did, which they did a tremendous job. And we always knew that this bit would cost the most, especially with us buying the slabs and the flags, whatever you want to call them. So that cost us £3,300, so £3,300 plus £1,400 is £4,770, including the outside tap. So you're looking at £4,770 so far for just basically the work to be done. And then we bought the corner suite, which was £700, reduced from £900, and then the rug, which was just from Aldi for a tenner, which you can't go wrong with. So the total of our phase 1 of the garden cost was £5,500. We did get a few comments early on when I did reveal how much we were getting charged for labour. And I remember one comment in particular saying that it was a rip-off, but listen, I think like it was more thinking ahead of in the long run. Like I think at this stage, Katie's dad had mentioned that he wouldn't mind if needed be, that he could help do the decking at the back. So like, we sort of knew that we could save a bit of money there, which is obviously great. And then we knew that the middle bit was probably going to be the least, well, probably is going to be the second most cost effective now. Oh no, actually not, because we've obviously paid for the decking bit, which has set us back a bit. But like, we knew that this bit in particular was going to be massively expensive. Like I'm literally talking like this is probably going to be like 5 times more expensive than the back bit, maybe even more, the decking bit. So we always knew that this bit was going to cost the most. We didn't know anyone else that could really do it. These guys that did it are like, they work with Katie's dad as well, like on jobs. Like they do a different section to Katie's dad, but like they cross paths and stuff like that. So we went through with them. The original company, well, not the original company, but another company that we got out gave us a price of like, I think it was 8.5, 9 grand for the full garden, but that was without us buying the the slabs that they were wanting to provide them, which would have been an extra cost on top of the 8.5 grand that they quoted us. So we would have been looking at 10 grand anyways. I think the thing is, I genuinely think a lot of people don't actually realise how much gardens are costing these days. I think like that comment that we got, that I'll go back to, of like, oh, that's a rip off for just the labour alone. There's people on this estate that have been wanting just a bit of decking done, and they've been getting charged like 3.5, 4 grand. Like, and they've had to go, well, no, we can't afford that. And you'd be surprised at how many people are actually just having to turn around these days and go, oh, like, we thought it was going to be a lot cheaper, like, we can't afford that yet, which is, I think, absolutely fine. But I think at the same time, if you're one of them people that is saying like, oh, that's a rip-off, one, sort of, you're not really aware of the like our financial situation. Like, you might think it's a rip-off, and then you might go and get your garden checked, a quote on your garden, sorry, I was thinking of the word quote, and then you might be like, oh god, actually the price they got was decent. We were happy, basically, like, to put it bluntly, like, we were happy to pay that. I think especially after the original one, which was going to be 8.5 grand, and also like the time frame that we had, we didn't have a time frame of, we didn't want to wait until the end of the year to get the garden done. We wanted at least one bit of the garden done so we could enjoy the summer in it. We've got friends coming around in a couple of weeks, and we're in a position now where it's like, well, actually 2/3 of the garden could already be done, and by the time they come as well, you know, payday for us is this week. So we could even go out at the beginning of next week, the end of next week, and go and grab the soil to put down, rake that, go and get the grass seeds, which I did see a fantastic comment about how to sort of treat the grass and bring that through, which I will address either in phase 2 or just in one of the vlogs, so thank you for that comment. But yeah, I think like, just sort of be like respectful about your comments. Like, if you genuinely do think that like you maybe have overpaid, that's absolutely, like, it is fine. I think there's just a way to go about it. Like I say, I'm not digging anyone out. I hope, like, I'm not meaning to come across that way, but it was just like, that price for us was doable in the time scale that we had. And like I say, we're absolutely chuffed with the job that's been done. So yeah, like I say, the final cost of phase 1 of 3 of our garden was 5,500. I am obviously going to do the full garden, like literally. I think the more interesting bit will be the 3rd bit, because it's the more intricate bit where you've got to buy a lot of more, like the soil, the grass seed, the hose and stuff like that. I mean, we might not count the hose because we have already bought that, and I didn't want to put it in phase 1 because we did need it. But like, there's a lot, it seems like there's a lot more that you potentially need to buy that is like going to break it down, the costs. So yeah, phase 1, to summarise, cost us 5.5 grand. Obviously, let us know down in the comments if you have recently had a quote for your garden, and how, if you don't mind sharing how much that's costing you, and maybe what you're getting done. Also comment like if you think that, you know, that was worth the money. I mean, like I say, if you don't, just go about it like respectfully, and that's sort of all I ask. I mean, it is the internet, so I'm fully not expecting some respectful comments if there is any. But yeah, I mean, just like I say, we're chuffed with it. 5.5 grand was, and like I say, the 5.5 grand that was saved over what, like 6 to 8 months. So it was like, it was doable for us, and it wasn't the full 5.5 grand that we had to save. Like I say, it was more just the labour. We paid for the slabs earlier, so it was pretty much just the £3,300 that we had to save over about 6 months, which again, it just comes down to whether it's doable or not. But yeah, I'm going to end the video now, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. Get comments in the comment section down below, anything related, just garden related or anything like that, get them in the comment section down below. I hope yous are all well. I hope yous are all enjoying the sun. It is currently sunny outside as we speak. I think the rest of this week, as I'm filming this, is meant to be nice. It is Tuesday night. But yeah, hope yous are staying safe. Hope yous enjoy the video, and I'll catch yous in the next one.